Hello, and welcome back for yet another episode of RV Life, What I Eat in a Week, brought to you by the Danae Collective. Hi, I'm Danae, and this is episode 16. Well, happy Friday morning. I think it was like in the 50s, like the low 50s this morning, and I was freezing. So I had to get up early because I needed to get to this thrift store to buy a dresser before anyone else did, because it's Furniture Fridays. You get an extra discount. If you followed along with the last episode, as I've mentioned, I am helping my brother stage his house for an Airbnb rental that should hopefully open up sometime in the summer. So he doesn't quite have a lot of furniture, and I have been on the lookout for some good pieces for him. I found this really nice dresser, which I will eventually post images of on here whenever I get around to it. But they have additional discounts on furniture on Fridays, so I had to make sure that I got there. I was, of course, the first person in there. I don't know why I thought it was going to be busier, but it doesn't matter. I got the dresser, just need to get it delivered. And I saved like $40 because it was originally $144. I got it for $89.88. Yeah. I have realized that I have reached my older age because that excites me. As you can see, my fingers are freezing. Now, I wanted originally to make myself something hot, but I was like, no, in the time that it takes me to do all that and clean up, I'm not going to get to this thrift store before they open, and I'd rather be there and waiting in the parking lot so I can see just how busy it may or may not be versus, taking a risk and getting there later, only to find that someone else bought the dresser that I've had my eye on for 2 days. This is also the first time that I am using maca powder, like ever, for anything. Although I want to say that my matcha blend has maca powder in it. I don't remember right off the top of my head. I would have to look at that, and I don't feel like doing that right now. But this is the first time that I am incorporating it into a smoothie. I don't know if I can say that I felt like I had more energy, but I do know that by the time I was done at that thrift store, I was like, I need to get home, like, quick. Like, I need a bathroom. And everything kept getting in the way. I get ready to turn onto the street that leads back to the house, and there's a friggin' freight train that starts going, and I'm like, oh God, please, I gotta get home. I gotta get to the bathroom. Please, hello. And then, freight train finally passes, cross the street, go like maybe 5 miles or something like that, and then there's a construction situation where they're blocking the street, and I'm like, this is not good. It was a very eventful morning. Actually, the entire day was very eventful. I had so many things to do, a lot of places I had to go. I didn't get home until after midnight, actually, and I had been up and moving around since like 6 in the morning. Sadly, I did not have my camera turned around to capture this. I was in the process of making my smoothie, and I hear a bunch of shuffling around. I look up, and it's Jack batting at the window and going just crazy. And I'm like, oh, I need to turn my camera around. And I mean, you can see some of his excitement with his little paw taps here. It's so cute. But when I went to go look out the window, or technically out the front door, I saw that there was like 3 birds scuffling around in the yard, and that was what was gathering his very apt attention. Also, please ignore the funny patch on his back. He just got his flea treatment applied the day before. I finally managed to capture on film his level of excitement when the automatic pet feeder goes off. Matter of fact, when he heard it over the computer, he literally ran to his food bowl like he thought there was going to be fresh food for him. And I'm like, no, no, sir. No, sir. I'm so sorry to have tricked you. It seems that I have created just a little bit of a monster. So last week on, I think it was a Thursday or Friday, I had been talking with one of my friends, Dom, about going in a hot pot. And Dom was like, oh, I've never had a hot pot before. And I said, you should come with me. It is such an experience. Now, he thought he was going to be very overwhelmed when I said that it was a hot pot and a Korean barbecue. And I'm like, you'll be fine. So a week goes by and I just had the longest work day, and he calls me and he's like, hey, did you want to get hot pot? Cause I am like craving it really badly. And I said, yes, yes, I do. So here we are back at the hot pot and Korean barbecue place. This time I actually remembered to bring my camera, so I was able to capture all the goodness. Now, because I've had hot pot so many times, I have a little bit of a system that I like to use. I go really heavy with the vegetables. So you'll see that I have watercress, I have bok choy, I have green onion, or I think it's like garlic chives. I go heavy with the enoki mushrooms, the fried tofu. I also will always save my noodles for last because they fill me up really fast, and I go for vegetable noodles. So those green noodles that you see there, and then eventually you're going to see some purple noodles. Those are made out of potatoes. I kind of go like kind of moderate on the meats and the fried foods, because again, it's very filling and it kind of makes my stomach hurt if I have too much of them. And then you'll see there's like 7 or 8 quail eggs on my plate with lettuce. I'm going to make lettuce wraps with the grilled meat that I'm making. And if you have not had quail eggs at hot pot, oh my God, you're missing out. They're so delicious, but they are very dangerous because when they are hot, the inside of them is like molten lava. I literally burned the inside of my cheek on one side biting into a quail egg last week, and it had only just healed by the time we went back to hot pot. So I was very careful to make sure to split these bad boys in half before I put them in my mouth so I could make sure that the inside cooled a little bit. But oh, they're so delicious. Both Dom and one of my other besties very much have a different tactic to hot pot. Dom and Sam go really, really heavy on both meat and noodles. I could not possibly eat half as many servings of noodles as they can. I barely manage to eat the one serving of potato noodles that I end up having. But I always make sure to save room for dessert. Oh, there's the purple noodles that I was talking about. They have such a great texture. I love them so much. And then Dom's over here playing around with the camera because he can see his hands. And he's just like, what do I do? My only complaint and I guess warning for hot pot is make sure to hydrate. So I don't really drink a lot of fluids while I'm having hot pot just because it's very filling. But if you don't hydrate, you are consuming a lot of salt, and I reaped the rewards of that the following day when I spent the entire day with a migraine because I felt dehydrated. Versus Dom, who ate like probably 8 portions of noodles also drank 5 glasses of water, so I'm sure he was fine. This is really late at night the following day because I spent the majority of the day in and out of sleep. I got up to like do laundry, or loads of laundry to be more exact, but then like would just feel really gross and ended up just crawling back into bed. So by the time I'm actually making this, I think it was about an hour before midnight, to be honest, because by that point I was ravenous. So I went ahead and pulled out the remaining 2 chicken breasts that I had pre-marinated with no, I meant to put lemon. Anyway, with garlic and dill and olive oil, and I end up frying those off in the pan. And then I also end up making some pearl couscous, which, by the way, almost gave me a miniature panic attack because I didn't realize that I accidentally left the spoon that I had been using to make the couscous in the little spoon holder on the right side of the stove. Found that earlier today with some couscous pearls dried up in it. Looked like frog eggs. Almost lost my contents of my stomach.
の世界とは相反する存在。彼が言った。筋トレ後のシュークリーム。
Alright, you guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much again for joining us for yet another episode of RV Life, What I Eat in a Week. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get more content. Episodes release every Sunday and Wednesday. Have a great day. Bye.